Hey there, YouTube land. Big Dave here. I just want to take a few minutes today, and I'm going to talk about what you can learn from your mouthpiece, or a few things you can learn from your mouthpiece. Um, Now, first of all, the reed. When you look at the reed after you get done playing, what position or what shape does it take? Right now, if you look at this reed, you'll see that it's pretty flat across, but it's slightly scooped up on the sides when I look at it this way. But it's not bent in like this, like some reeds will be when they're done getting played on. If your reed is bent up like this, what that kind of tells you is that you are squeezing your corners up and you are stifling off the vibration on the sides of the reed. So years ago, one of my teachers used to have us practice with the fingers in the mouth like this. So that you were also keeping your lip pretty flat, and you were practicing here. So that you were not squeezing up the sides. My fingers are all wet, right? Now look, so that you were not squeezing up the sides of the reed and stifling off the vibration and the sounds on the sides. So if you get done playing and your reed is like up like this, you could just play like that, whatever. I call that blowing on the middle of the reed, because really what's happening is you're squeezing this up and you're really blowing on that middle. Whereas the other way, you're putting the support in the center where the heart is, the thickest part of the reed. And if you're truly doing that, as time goes on, that reed is going to curl a little bit down on the outside. But you don't need any of this heavy pressure to do this. You just put it in and play, In fact, on the other video that I just finished, which was showing the jaw drops, I was playing at about a concert C on this mouthpiece. It was a tenor mouthpiece. Now, you have alto or soprano, it's going to be different. I don't know. I would have to take mine out and try it. But then, again, that's how I play, with a low center of pitch. My center of pitch is low, so that I'm not biting, I'm not squeezing, and the mouthpiece is really quite loose in my mouth. So I'm not squeezing up and pinching, when I'm doing that. So another thing you can learn from your mouthpiece is by looking at the top of the mouthpiece. If your mouthpiece is all chewed in and has heavy bite marks in it, it means that you have a lot of weight pushing down on your mouthpiece. Okay, and I've showed you in a couple other videos too. When you pick your head up, you can see right now what's happening. All I'm doing is moving my head up and down a little bit. If you can't hear the difference, I don't know. It's very subtle. When you find that place where the air is working, this is why it's important to practice with just the mouthpiece. Years ago, and I brought it up in the other video too, because there's been more discussion online too about Joe Allard and everything. And Joe Allard was an amazing teacher. I was young when I went to him. I only had a couple lessons, and I studied clarinet. And then he wasn't that well for a while. But the thing is, where do you play? It depends on your mouth, your teeth, and everything else. There's no set way, but you can hear when you play when all of a sudden the sound comes out. That's why it's important to practice with the mouthpiece. Then you know in your mouth where the mouthpiece needs to be. Okay, so anyway, well, what is this? Because some people, sometimes they send me messages that, this is a mouthpiece that I use for things that aren't too loud. I bought it for like $90 or $92 on Amazon one day. It's a B stock 8 auto link that has been slightly touched up by somebody else, not by me. I didn't do this one. This has been slightly touched up on the tip. It has a very nice tip. And this is in New York, has a really big inside. There's really no baffle. Look at that. There's no baffle. Just a lot of space to put your air in. And this is, I have a bunch of these ligatures. I probably tried about 3 or 4 on here before I found this one. I kind of like the way it played. And this is 3 ZZ Jazz. Probably from, well, I think it's from over the summer. So right now we're in, April? So it's from probably August or July. It's been in and out of my holder. So this is a number 8. An 8 balances pretty well with like a 3 ZZ Jazz or a 2.5 Purple Box. Or a 3 medium Rico. Rigotti, 2 strong, all that kind of stuff. So anyway, if your mouthpiece, another thing you can learn from the mouthpiece is if the mouthpiece has a high, tall baffle inside, then it's doing some of the work for you, and the mouthpiece in general is more buzzy, This is better for like studio stuff because it doesn't make any extra noises. It has, and I can articulate all the low notes and all that other kind of stuff. It's great for general purpose stuff, but it's not super loud because again, it does not have really any baffle. It's just an open mouthpiece inside. It's got a lot of room to play into, but it's good in the studio because it doesn't make any extraneous noises. I can just articulate my sounds, and I can get any kind of jazz sound or modern sound or even more or less a classical sound if I really wanted to. It does a lot. I have other ones I use too that are similar, but this particular one, I bought it because I was actually going to reface it and maybe sell it to somebody who wanted a mouthpiece because sometimes these are not that great. The auto links can be inconsistent. But I ended up keeping this one because it was kind of dark sounding and I liked the way it played, and I haven't touched it since I bought it for like $98. It plays good. It has a very small, like a rollover here. It's very slight, the baffle, and but it's not like a big deal. But they did a good job and they just touched up the tip a little bit, so it plays okay, and that was it. Okay, so I hope that helps. And you consider what I just told you, because it's important. And then if you do have that extra weight on your head, just lift your head up when you play. Pick your head up so that your head is not down like this. I was saying something to somebody the other day. I think that's the thing I talk about the most, is don't put your head down when you play. Keep your head up so the air is moving, and you can hear the difference when I'm playing this. What happens. So it's a big change once you move that head. All right, okay, it's Saturday. Have a good day, and I hope this helps, whatever you're doing.